Okay. Good morning. May I ask everybody to stand for a prayer to be led by Sir Admin Pundugar.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in Ihdinas siratal mustaqim Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Admin. Okay. Now, may I request the Secretariat to call the roll of the members present to determine the quorum.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, all. We are here for the pre-bid conference of Civil Works 6 projects for our early procurement of 2025 projects. We have 25 kg 0018 up to 25 kg 0023. I will now call the roll to determine the quorum. We have our back chairperson, Maria Lisa E. Pumikpik. Back vice chairperson, Mukamadali P. Pundugar. Back regular member, Efren A. Tulod. Back regular member, Farida O. Manan. Back member, Eleanor F. Cabaluna. We have 5 out of 6 who are present, Madam Chair, and we have a quorum.
Thank you, Ma'am Secretary. Since we are in quorum, by the virtue vested in me as the chairperson of this committee, I now declare this committee in session. I will also request the attendance of the members of the Secretariat and the TWG and the participating contractors if we have.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Our head of BAC TWG, we have Engineer Sukarno M. Hajinor. Other TWG members, Engineer Paul H. Opena, Engineer Sherin Eve L. Maagad, Engineer Muhammad Ali Mala, Mr. Atilano Gahi Jr., Engineer Abdul Gafar Pandapatan, Engineer Ivan C. Sinahon, Engineer Fairosa Tabuakar, Engineer Jesbril R. Tampos, Engineer Juris S. Quadrillero, Engineer Ernesto Roel Chu III, Engineer Rachid J. Mudag. For BAC Secretariat, we have Architect Aisel Velarde, Mr. Jaime R. Missiona, Engineer Ibrahim M. Makadindang, Engineer Muhammad Samin Mindalano, Miss Siti Dimapuro, Mr. Rani C. Hardinaso, Mr. Julito Magno, Miss Nora Anoos, Mr. Saraman Laot, Engineer Aljunaira Mirato, and Miss Salma Amer. For participating contractors, we have from AJJ Structure Builders Incorporated, Rowena Cortez. That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ma'am Karen. The first order of business this morning will be the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
Architect Velarde will read the minutes.
Please go ahead, Architect.
Yes, Madam Chair. I'd like to greet everybody. So this would be the reading of the previous minutes related project, which is a pre-procurement conference dated last October 14, 2024. As it started with 10:39 a.m. So, call to order for the and introduction. Pre-bid conference following the opening of bids conference for the project ID 24 GKG0012. The back chairman, Engineer Maria Lisa Pumipik, presided and called the meeting to order for the pre-procurement conference for 25 kg 0018 up to 25 kg 0023 at the conference room, second floor, DPWH Lanao del Norte, 1st District Engineering Office Building, for the review of contract data, including contract description, ADC, and duration. Brief presentation by the Planning and Design Section Chief Engineer Tulad for the contract ID 25 kg 0018, construction or protection dike Maliwag-Pinpin, CIS Tubod, Lanao del Norte, with approved with an ABC of 14,700,000. And for the 25 kg 0019, construction or protection dike Balut, CIS Balo-i, Lanao del Norte, with an approved budget of the contract with the same 14,700,000. And also for 25 kg 0020, construction of flood mitigation construction along Sagadan Bridge, Package 1, Tubod, Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 49 million, and 25 kg 0021, construction of flood mitigation structure along Sagadan Bridge, Package 2, Tubod, Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 49 million. 25 kg 0023, with the construction of PNP-Perimeter Road to Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 29,400,000. And lastly, the 25 kg 0023, construction of road Barangay San Antonio to Tubaran to Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 47,618,200. For the confirmation of the consistency and procurement of PPMP and APP, proposed contract procurement is consistent with the PPMP and APP. Completion of detailed engineering, DED, and program of works were duly approved. Engineer Tulad informed the back chairman that the plans and program of works are ready and signed and approved by the heads of this office. It has already undergone the document tracking system. For the completeness of bidding documents will be posted at the DPWH website for information of the interested parties. And inclusion of contract DPWH budget for uh, for GAA or SARO or MYOA. Engineer Tolod informed everybody that the project is under early procurement activity list project from the NEP. And for the eligibility will be conducted by the BAC TWG, and evaluation of bids post-qualification will be conducted also by the BAC TWG. For adoption of the procurement schedule, October 15, 2024 to November 4, 2024 until 10 a.m. And then October 22 was the proposed pre-bid conference, and the proposed opening of bids used to be November 4, and also the same with the opening of bids. For the invitation of bid should be approved by the BAC chairman to be posted in the DPWH Lanao del Norte first bulletin board and on website. And for the other matters, BAC members had the discussion the about the communication with the electrical cooperatives within the area. And there had been no other remaining topics for discussion. Back Vice Chairman Mr. Pudugar made a motion for the adjournment, and the motion was seconded by back member Engineer Manan. Back Chairman then declared the adjournment of the conference at 11:31 a.m. So that is it for the reading of the previous minutes, the pre-procurement conference for this project, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Architect. Are there any correction or omission of the minutes just read? If there being none, so the reading of the minutes just read is hereby approved. So now we will proceed to the pre-bid conference. Planning, please start.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Once again, good morning, everyone. For the information, Madam Chair, this procurement activity or private conference is a resumption of our published or posted supplemental bulletin proposed contract procurement under sa yung indefinite suspension or postponement. So this will be our batch 5 projects for FY 2025 National Expenditure Program or NEP based on DBM and undertaken through early procurement activity or EPA. Madam Chair, this batch 5 composed of 6 projects. 4 of these are under Basic Infra Program or BIP, and the remaining 2 projects are under Organizational Outcome 2 or OO2. Okay, so Madam Chair, with your permission, may I request Engineer Liao to discuss to us overview details of the projects to be procured. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Efren. So Engineer Angela will present the projects for pre-bid conference. You may start now, Engineer.
Thank you. Let us start with contract ID 25KG0018 with contract title Construction of Dike Protection, Maliwag-Pinpin CIS, Tubod, Lanao del Norte. This is the location map of the project and some of the JTAG pictures taken during the site validation and survey. For the project description, we have construction of protection dike, a total of 182 calendar days, project duration, physical target length of 50 linear meters. The description of works to be done are the facilities for the engineers, which includes construction of field office for the engineer with monoblock chair and office table. Other general requirements that includes project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization, demobilization, detour, and access road. We have earthworks, uh, which includes boulder fill, clearing and grubbing, individual removal of 100 mm to 300 mm diameter trees, unsuitable excavation, embankment from structure excavation, embankment from barrow, and aggregate subbase cores 200 millimeters thick. We have reinforced concrete that includes 3,000 psi Class A 14 days curing structural concrete, clean concrete, and grade 40 deformed reinforcing steel. We have bank and slope protection works that includes stone masonry and gabions, and drainage works that includes 910 millimeters diameter Class 2 reinforced concrete pipe culverts and rectangular flap gate. These are the minimum equipment requirement for the project. The approved budget for the contract is 14,700,000 pesos. Next would be contract ID 25KG0019 with contract title Construction of Protection Dike, Balut CIS, Balo-i, Lanao del Norte. And these are some of the JTAG pictures taken and the location map of the project in Balo-i, Lanao del Norte. For the project description, we have construction of protection dike and a total of 79 calendar days, project duration, and physical target length of 205 linear meters. The description of works to be done are the facilities for the engineer, which includes construction of field office for the engineer with monoblock chair and office table. Other general requirements, including project billboard or signboard, OSH program, mobilization, demobilization, and detour or access road. We also have earthworks that include structure, excavation of soft rock, clearing and grubbing, individual removal of 150 mm to 300 mm diameter trees, unsuitable excavation, and embankment from barrow. We also have reinforced concrete and including 3,000 psi Class A 14 days curing of structural concrete. We also have lean concrete and grade 40 deformed reinforcing steel bars. And bank and slope protection works that includes masonry and mattresses. And for drainage works, we have 900 millimeters diameter Class 2 RCPC and rectangular flap gate. These are the minimum equipment requirement for the project. The ABC or the approved budget for the contract is 14,700,000 pesos. Next is contract ID 25KG0020 with contract title Construction of Flood Mitigation Structure along Sagadan Bridge with bridge ID numbers B00961MN Package 1 Tubod, Lanao del Norte. And this is the location map of the project in Tubod. For the project description, we have a construction of flood mitigation structure with steel sheet piles. Total project duration is 245 calendar days and physical target length of 240 linear meters. The description of works to be done are as follows. Facilities for the engineer, which includes construction of field office for the engineer with monoblock chair and office table. Other general requirements that includes project billboard or signboard, OSH program, mobilization or demobilization, and detour or access road. For earthworks, we have removal of structures and obstruction, gravel fill, clearing and grubbing, removal of 150 mm to 300 mm diameter trees, surplus common excavation, embankment from structure excavation, and aggregate subbase course 200 millimeters thick. We also have reinforced concrete, and under reinforced concrete, we have 3,000 psi Class A 14 days curing structural concrete, lean concrete, and grade 40 deformed reinforcing steel. For bank and slope protection works, we have grouted riprap, furnished and driven of steel sheet pile U type. And lastly, for the drainage works, we have 910 millimeter diameters Class 2 RCPC, catch basins, and rectangular flap gate. These are the minimum equipment requirement for the project. The approved budget for the contract is 49 million pesos. Next would be contract ID 25KG0021 with contract title Construction of Flood Mitigation Structure along Sagadan Bridge with bridge ID number B00960 Package 2 Tubod, Lanao del Norte. This is the location map in Tubod, Lanao del Norte and some of the geotag pictures taken during site validation and survey. For the project description, we have construction of flood mitigation structure with steel sheet piles. Total project duration of 245 calendar days and physical target length of 240 linear meters. The description of works to be done are the facilities for the engineer, which includes construction of field office for the engineer with monoblock chair and office table, provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on rental basis, operational and maintenance of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer. We also have other general requirements that includes project billboard or signboard, OSH program, mobilization or demobilization, detour or access road. We have earthworks that includes removal of structures and obstruction, gravel fill, clearing and grubbing, individual removal of 150 mm to 300 mm diameter trees, surplus common excavation, embankment from structure excavation, aggregate subbase scores, 200 millimeters thick. We also have bank and slope protection works that includes grouted riprap, furnished and driven of U-type steel sheet pile, reinforced concrete, which includes 3,000 psi Class A 14 days curing structural concrete. We also have lean concrete and grade 40 deformed reinforcing steel. And lastly, for the drainage works, we have 900 millimeters diameter Class 2 reinforced concrete pipe culverts, catch basins, and rectangular flap gate. These are the minimum equipment requirement for the project. The ABC or the approved budget for the contract is 63,361,715 pesos. Contract ID 25KG0022 with contract title Construction of PNP-Perimeter Road, Tubod, Lanao del Norte. This is the location map and the JTAG pictures taken during the survey. For the project description, we have construction of 230 millimeters thick road, PCCP with slope protection and line canal. A total of 165 calendar days project duration and with physical target of 0.72 lane kilometers and 1,530 square meters. The description of works to be done are the facilities for the engineer, which includes construction of field office for the engineer with monoblock chair and office table. Other general requirements, including project billboard or signboard, OSH program, traffic management, and mobilization, demobilization. We also have earthworks, including clearing and grubbing, individual of removal of 150 mm to 300 mm diameter small trees, removal of structures and obstruction, removal of actual structures or obstruction, uh, 0.20 meters thick PCCP that are unreinforced, surplus common excavation, common soil structure excavation, foundation fill, common soil embankment from roadway excavation, and common material subgrade preparation. We also have sub-base and base cores that includes aggregate sub-base cores 200 mm thick. We also have surface cores, unreinforced PCCP 0.15 meters thick, 14 days curing, and unreinforced PCCP 0.23 meters thick, 14 days curing. Uh, Pay items under bridge construction includes grade 40 reinforcing steel, class A 20.68 megapascal structural concrete, 28 days curing, and for the drainage and slope protection structures, we have 910 mm diameter class 2 reinforced concrete pipe culvert, rectangular concrete line canal, and concrete slope protection. And lastly, for the miscellaneous structures, we have seedlings or saplings for other programs or initiatives, and single arm solar LED roadway lighting. These are the minimum equipment requirement for the project. The approved budget for the contract is 29,400,000 pesos. Next, contract ID 25KG0023 with contract title Construction of Road, Barangay San Antonio to Tubaran, Tubod, Lanao del Norte. This is the location map of the project in Tubod, Lanao. For the project description, we have construction of road, 230 millimeters thick PCCP with slope protection, and a total of 210 calendar days project duration and physical target of 1.92 lane kilometer and 750 square meter. The description of works to be done are the facilities for the engineer that includes construction of field office for the engineer with monoblock chair and office table. Other general requirements, which includes project billboard or signboard, OSH program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization. We also have earthworks that includes clearing and grubbing, individual removal of trees, 150 mm to 300 mm diameter, small trees. Surplus common excavation, common soil structure excavation, foundation fill, common soil embankment from roadway excavation, and common material subgrade preparation. We also have sub-base and base course, which includes aggregate sub-base course. For the surface course, we have unreinforced PCCP 150 mm thick 14 days curing and unreinforced PCCP 0.23 meters thick 14 days curing. Pay items under bridge construction includes grade 40 reinforcing steel, Class A 20.68 megapascal structural concrete 28 days curing, and Class B 16.5 megapascal lean concrete. Drainage and slope protection structures. We have pipe culverts 910 millimeters diameter Class 2 rectangular concrete line canal Class A grouted riprap. For the miscellaneous structures, we have seedlings or saplings for other programs or initiatives, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, color white, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, color yellow, and lastly, single-arm solar LED roadway lighting. These are the minimum equipment requirement for the project. The ABC or the approved budget for the contract is 47,618,200 pesos. Reminders for the interested contractors, the contractor must observe the following in the bidding documents: pagination, side tabbing arranged and labeled according to checklist, and table of contents that will harmonize the pagination and side tabbing. You may refer to this checklist for the preliminary examination of technical component of the bid and the preliminary examination of financial component of the bid. Thank you very much. That would be all.
Thank you, Engineer Liao. So are there any Engineer Efren you have?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. In addition, Madam Chair, for those who are, just a gentle reminder lang, Madam Chair, those who are interested and prospective bidders to always update and revisit our official website for possible supplemental bid bulletin. And for the site visit, we already posted a schedule with corresponding contact person for site inspection, Madam Chair. I think that's all. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Engineer Tulod. Ma'am Bibit, you have a concern? Please use the microphone, please.
Can we see back 25 kg 0021, the flood mitigation? Katong construction, katong description for the reinforced concrete. Being kanang nakita mo kanang structural concrete is not only it is 3,000 PSI, but it is I think that is 28 days. Then there is only 14 days. Sa reinforced
Planning.
concrete.
Yes, Madam Chair, noted. We try to check on that. Okay, thank you. Yes, I will say check.
Thank you, Ma'am Bibit, Engineer Tulod. For me, I have also an observation. Again, we have not seen, we have clearing individual removal of trees. However, no replacement has, for item of works for replacement has been reflected again. So it is basically needed nga if there is a removal of trees, you should automatically put a replacement, which is item 611, even if it is flood control. That is our mandate, uh, even our joint memorandum with the DENR. So last previous pre-bid conference, I have also raised that concern. I hope it is already been corrected. But now here again, so I hope you will correct that, how, Mr. Planning.
Yes, noted, Madam Chair. However, we don't, until now, we haven't received the note as a memorandum na stated suspended pa ang item 611 for all to all flood control projects. So, but anyway, we'll try to check on that, Madam Chair. Kung na may memo mo good issue si Secretary na suspension to all deferment, sa to? Deferment of tree planting or tree to all flood control projects mong good. So that was memorandum issued by Secretary. But aware, we will try to check on that.
Okay, for me, it's but kuan in inherent in us nga we will put that item anyway during implementation. We can correct that through variation. Basta for the planning side, we have already presented the complete scope of works, item of works, which is needed for
Okay,
that project.
noted, Madam Chair.
So, other members, do you have any concern about these projects? Sir Admin? So about, I think it is maliwanag. Maliwag or maliwanag? Maliwanag. Yes. So I hope the initial findings there sa ang the actual situation were already reflected in your preparation of the program of works, Engineer Tulod.
Okay, noted, Madam Chair. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, are there no other concern about these projects? So, what will be the pleasure of the members?
Madam Chair, yeah, Madam Chair, if there will no further queries and announcement, I move to adjourn the pre-bid conference.
Okay, it has been moved and duly seconded. So the pre-bid conference this morning is hereby adjourned.